There have been questions about accessibility here with Watch Dogs Legion, and this is something I wanted to start the show with by talking about an article that was written, of course, by Ubisoft, and that being Giancarlo Vernini, who wrote, guys, about addressing the accessibility here in Watch Dogs Legion. I thought this was really important, so we'll go ahead and let's go through it. So Watch Dogs Legion will launch with a wide array of gameplay customization features ranging from fully customizable controls to directional audio captions. These are part of Ubisoft's ongoing effort to make its games as accessible as possible and to remove potential obstacles for those who want to play them. Why are customization features important for accessibility? A major part of giving games longevity has always been player customization. Giving players more ways to approach a game differently goes a long way towards keeping them invested. So this is very true in my opinion, guys, having a lot of customization features. The big question, though, I think that a lot of us wonder about is how much of that customization are like earnable items and how much of those are payable items. Well, is there a foundational layer of options that the team was aiming for and wanted to build that for Watch Dogs Legion? Watch Dogs 2 accessibility and customization options were the beginning of a love story for our team. First, we started developing options for PC like a multiple slot save system, customizable controls page, input adaptation for a variety of devices, and a video options menu. Shortly after adding those, we realized that there is significantly more we could explore and improve on all platforms. What lessons did you learn from previous Ubisoft games, and how has the feature list for Watch Dogs Legion grown as a result? So this is pretty important. The most important lesson, remember, is that we need to start as early as possible and try to make sure everything can be scalable. The UI, HUD, menus, and options. We also work closely with other dev teams, including those on Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and Ghost Recon, to identify design struggles and tech risks. So I think this is really important to hear, guys. When you hear need to start as early as possible to try to make sure everything can be like scalable. That's really important in my personal opinion as well. When it comes to these games, guys, obviously Watch Dogs Legion being delayed, the length of time it was delayed for, I think it's given the developer a nice amount of time to really kind of get everything to where they feel comfortable, and that's exciting as well. Now, is there a feedback process for getting these features into Watch Dogs Legion? The feedback process is constant. We investigate, prototype, review, submit, test, and then we're back at it again. Our product directors play a big role in helping us to align the features with the overall game and promise. Also, we have a solid playtest schedule that's both internal and external, so we can identify how different design techniques and decisions affect or improve how the features are perceived. One thing, guys, that I will say about Watch Dogs Legion, this is a perfect title, in my personal opinion, just by looking at, like, you look at DedSec, just this obviously this group of people, this team that's working together to pretty much solve the same goals, right? Everyone's trying to take down the dictatorship that's going on in post-Brexit London. And with that, it kind of creates this element of a lot of the characters obviously are behind masks and such, which is really interesting, but it also creates a ton of customization options and such. And so I think that this is a game that's perfect to have multiple layers of customization, from what they're talking about all the way to, with the characters and to the different types of masks you're wearing, the different skins on your guns, the character, clothing, things of that nature can really, just get you to put so much time into this game. Now, feedback from influencers who played the Ubisoft Forward demo for Watch Dogs Legion included ideas for possible improvements to accessibility features. Is there a specific example of these learnings that the team is working on for launch? Including accessibility in our demos for Ubisoft Forward has been an interesting and challenging experience. The feedback received from our players was extremely useful, and yes, we will address it for launch. To give you some examples of things we learned, there is a cognitive overload of audio captions, auto-aiming, and auto-camera prevent shooting from cover and using the escape key to exit drones, hijack vehicles, etc. ends up being exhausting. Also, there are a lot of things going on. At once in Watch Dogs Legion, did the team consider cognitive accessibility when designing the game? We have several systems helping to reduce a number of subtitles displayed at the same time. We enabled the option to filter the gameplay events captions to 2 or 4 lines at the same time. Puzzles are always accompanied by hints, and there is a new simplified puzzle feature that assists with cognitive barriers relating to hacking puzzles. I'm excited to see really what hacking puzzles is going to be all about, guys. I'm excited about that, to see, like, you know, an evolution of that, what that could maybe mean here with Watch Dogs Legion. Now, in addition to player-activated options, some features are baked right into the gameplay, like Albion guards making a sound when they wind up to swing a baton. How easy or challenging was it to bring that kind of thinking of looking for ways to integrate accessibility more broadly and subtly into the design process? This question has the answer inside. The most challenging was to find a proper way to identify accessibility barriers in order to remove them before the game is released. To achieve this, we had to follow best practices, try to involve disabled players to provide feedback before release, and ultimately think about accessibility as a tool that will benefit everyone. So, what do we consider a success when it comes to these features? An immediate success is Ubisoft Forward, as it was our first demo baked with accessibility features. The feedback we received is extremely important, helps us adjust in the remaining time until the game is released. So I'm really glad to hear, guys, that there is, you know, that there's a lot that they are putting into the accessibility options here when we're talking Watch Dogs Legion. It's really good hearing this. As far as on consoles and PC, gamepad controls are fully customizable, including the analog stick sensitivity and inversion across both axes, toggle hold options for cameras such as walking, aiming, hacking, wheel weapon mode, climbing, sprinting, and emote wheel for any input device. And what I like about it, though, guys, is that there's just so many different ways here for accessibility. And I know that that's pretty much the norm. It's pretty much standard to the industry at large. But it's good to see that they're really trying to kind of make these things as smooth of an experience as possible, between, you know, from customizations to different, you know, gameplay mechanics, all the way to, of course, accessibilities. These are all things that are going to help, you know, make a really fun experience for us, the player, when we're talking Watch Dogs Legion as a whole. And so overall, guys, all of this is what I want to hear. Obviously, we're going to have to wait till the final product comes out later this year. I'm incredibly excited about Watch Dogs Legion for a number of reasons, guys. And I think that, you know, people have had lots of questions about what the accessibility is going to be like. What are we looking at when it comes to monetization and things of that nature? Because I feel like, guys, with so many different characters, you're able to play as anyone. There's going to be so many different ways that they're able to customize these characters. Whether those are earnable items or payable items is something that we're going to be yet to be seen at this point. But let me know what you guys think about the accessibility now that is going to be here in Watch Dogs Legion. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's have a real conversation about it.